everyone. Welcome back to Brother, Sister, Whatever. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Josh. In today's episode, we are tackling something that we all do, lies we tell ourselves.
That's right. From the little things we say to avoid discomfort to the big lies that hold us back. We all have them.
But as usual, let's start with our weekly what if.
Okay, this one's a good one. What if you could remember every dream you've ever had? How would it change your perception of yourself?
This is a difficult one for me, though, because I don't remember my dreams. So, I mean, I might have a couple, but...
If I were to take even just the dreams that I remember and try to then, apply it to the perception of myself, I would think I'm fucking batshit crazy. Or, weird, to say the least. Do you know what I mean?
Well, now you actually sparked, I remember a couple of really continuous, dreams that I would have that were, more like nightmares.
Right.
Or something, But, yeah, now I remember.
And have you ever been in a situation where you'll wake up knowing you've had a dream, but, literally 10 seconds later, you're like,
what happened?
About? Yeah. If you could now remember all of the dreams that you're having, what would be, give me one or two words to describe what you would say about yourself in terms of, your perception of your dreams?
Dark, chaotic.
Yeah, I'm going to say very least weird. I don't know. So here, let's end it with, I would not want to remember all of my dreams.
Yeah, I don't think so. Me either. Maybe that's why we don't. Maybe it's subconscious. Maybe it's not even that we forget the dreams, but our mind is saying, you better forget that dream, buddy.
But, yeah, I wouldn't want to remember any of mine. I'm good. I'm good. I think I have enough issues to tackle in my waking life. Just saying. So what are some of the lies that we tell ourselves? Common things that people lie to themselves about. I'll be happy when. How many times have you said that to yourself, right? I have time to do that later.
Classic.
I'm fine.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can change them. I'm not good enough. I don't care what people think. It's too late for me. That was something we were talking about last episode.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I don't need help. I can do it by myself. Money doesn't matter. I'm not like other people. All of these things.
Money doesn't buy happiness.
Well, maybe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lie.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Why do you think we do that?
Why do I think we do that?
Yeah.
I think we try to be something we're not at times. I think depending on who's in front of us, perception. I think sometimes we lie to benefit our kids, where we'll be like, we don't care about this, and we technically do, but because it's our kid, we don't. Fallon will wear something and I'll be like, Fallon, come on. We're not going to wear that to school. But in the same, I'm saying, you be you. Oh, you be unique. You be different. Who cares what other people think? But at the same time, you can't wear that. So, I feel like we're doing this because it's a defense mechanism, that we use. But the moment that it reflects on us in some funny way, we contradict ourselves. I'm not comfortable going out with unicorn pants or whatever, even though I say it doesn't matter what other people think. So it does matter what you think, right? Now, if I'm saying these things to myself and not so much to my kids, once again, I think that becomes a defense mechanism.
Self-preservation.
I don't know how many times I said, I don't give a shit what they fucking think.
But really, you do.
To a degree,
Yeah.
to a degree.
Yeah.
Because that's why you're so mad. You're so mad because you give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I think there's people out there that have created a really great poker face,
Yeah, that's true.
but you never know what they're truly feeling inside.
Yeah. I'd like to say that in the public eye, I'm the same way. I can be very, I could say the same exact phrase with someone that is not close to me and not shed a tear, nothing, and say the same exact phrase but with someone I care about and have a completely different situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that is true, but deep down, I guess there's some form of caring, with some of these lies that we tell ourselves.
So there's good intentions, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it's more good intention than anything else.
And are you specifically referring to like the lies that we would tell other people, like our kids or whatever, as opposed to the lies that we tell ourselves?
I think it's a little.
Or do you think it's a little of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I truly don't care what you wear, but I care about what the other people think. So I'm not lying, but at the same time, I'm telling you, you can wear whatever you want. Who cares what other people think? But I care.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I had a conversation with Fallon. I say, Fallon, are you gonna wear those pants? With that, like with your unicorn hoodie. I'm like, oh my gosh, they were like, red, yellow, green, blue. It was like, a little much, right? And she's like, yeah. And I said, are you sure? I go, like, people are gonna notice you, like it's a lot. And she's like, I don't care what others think.
Good for her.
And I said, okay. But it was the conversation we had after. I said, okay. I said, so you don't care? And she goes, no. I say, okay. So a boy comes up to you, or a girl comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, Fallon, like those pants are really bright, And she's like, yeah, I don't care. And I say, okay, what happens if they're like, they tease you because of your pants? What if they're like, Fallon, those pants, they don't look great on you or whatever? And she goes, I'll just tell them that, I have a good heart and I don't care about what they think. And I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm going to be me. And I'm just like, all right, wear your fucking pants.
Yeah. Wear your fucking pants, girl.
So, when and I definitely have to give a little bit of credit to her mom for that, because she's always trying to get Fallon to just, like, you're a woman, you go, you do your thing. So, I'd like to think, I have my part in that too, but definitely, there's something going on there that's giving her this, this confidence thing. But let's argue here, right? If a kid does actually tease her, she's going to come home upset.
Of course.
So you see how that line is blurred?
Yeah. I think...
Like, I guess no matter what, you care. But, like you can say you don't, and maybe some form of surface level you don't. But, deep down, I think there's something that makes you kind of like, I'm not going to wear these pants again.
Yeah. And that just breaks my heart. It's like, just wear the fucking unicorn pants. Jesus, like who cares? I think that's something that's changed over the years, is giving a shit about what other people think.
Yeah. I mean, I will, yeah, you know what? But that's a good point, actually, what you're saying, because I definitely think that we were just talking last time about age, right? I definitely think that I was maybe through my relationships programmed a little bit to really care about certain things, um, especially like materialistic and like looking a certain way,
Yeah.
and and I've definitely gotten quite a few pieces of humble pie as well that I had to be dished, but I feel like I've kind of grown to the point where now like I truly can confidently say like I really don't give a shit,
Yeah.
like I don't care if I have a Porsche or if I have a fucking Corolla, you know what I mean, like so that for me has definitely shifted
Yeah.
in me hitting my like getting into my 40s now. But it's not about just I have to have these things, these things
It's
have
not
to be
like the look of it, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
now it's
It's more
more
inside and more like how it
yeah,
makes you feel.
yeah, you know
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it. I get it. Let's look at some of the reasons why we actually tell ourselves these things. Would it be like a fear of failure? That maybe in your eyes, if you weren't eating the great steak at Gibby's or driving the good car, that it looked like you weren't.
successful.
Yeah.
For sure. What about you?
How have I lied to myself over the years?
Yeah.
Where do I start? I think I'm guilty of all of those, lies that I kind of ran through at the beginning as examples. I think I've been my worst critic. I've always kind of, I don't care. I don't care. But I do. I keep it all as like armor almost, right? And it's been really hard to like break that cycle, because you can't really change anything if you don't know why you're doing something, right?
Yeah, well the
Like
first
what are you getting out of this behavior, so to speak?
right.
It's all been tied into my self-worth and that. So, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Everybody else is more important than me. That, all of that stuff.
Well, all that can also go into like a codependent category, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I mean, I think the reason why we say those lies to ourselves, or one of the many reasons, is because we keep telling ourselves we're not going to care, and but we do. But hey, I'm no Jordan Peterson, right? So have you ever been in a situation where you had even just a simple argument with your better half and it's a little too personal, and obviously the kid says, "What's wrong?" and you make a white lie? I mean, we're not going to trauma dump on our kids,
No,
right?
God, no. I just tell them it's none of your business.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So that's between me and Daddy. We're good though. Don't worry.
There's a boundary right there. That's a good boundary. My gosh.
Well, I just think I come from a place where you don't need to know everything about everything. Do you know what I mean?
I guess it's just because me, I don't, yeah, it's weird. I guess I just look at it differently. Like they are my business and I'm their business. I don't know. I would feel like that's a white lie in a weird way. I would feel like me saying none of your business is the white lie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I think like that.
But here's the thing.
It's weird, eh?
I guess. No, I don't think it's weird. I think whatever you feel, or however you think. But
I feel like that was a white lie.
I try to look at it from like these are not necessarily my kids, but these are people that are going to go out into the real world, right? And in the real world, There are people that have conversations, people that you know that have conversations, and you don't need to involve yourself in it.
True.
Because not everything
That's
is
a good
about
point.
you. And so not everything is your business.
Yeah. And let's be honest, at their age, they think everything is their
They
business.
do.
So that's a good point.
And so I think and I'm not mean about it. It's none of your business.
Yeah. But I think that's a good point, to bring up, Like I would almost want to now add that in as a parenting tool in certain scenarios. Like, let me give you an example. Dad, why does that guy have blah, blah, blah? What? Oh, well, I don't know, because but instead of me, making up the why,
Right.
it could be that could be a practice moment. That could be a moment where I go, well, it's none of our business. Like, come on. Like, who cares what he's doing? It's not up to
Yes.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. No, I'm gonna put that on the list.
So fun take. What's the most common lie you catch yourself telling yourself?
Okay, go.
Someone else will do it. Someone else will take care of it.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's probably not a lie, but
Well, it's something you tell yourself.
yeah.
So yeah, it's technically a lie because you're saying, oh, someone else will do it, but you know that you are going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's a lie.
That's true. There you go. Okay.
Right?
So that qualifies.
So that's the one you say the most?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The lie I could probably think without getting too dramatic that I'm not enough. I would say that that's probably the thing that always pops into my head at times, where I have to almost argue with myself, Like, you see these fucking, therapists on their little Instagram reels and they're like, you are enough.
Oh, I love those.
But, and it's like, yeah.
It's like my drug of choice. Just say more.
And don't get me wrong, like, I get it. They're just trying to help and they're just trying to say, like, but like I almost like eye roll. But why do I eye roll? And, I think it's something that we all go through that we have to kind of fight with. And I think only now at 40 years old, where I'm finally kind of coming like out of that. These are the times that we want to work on ourselves. Like we want to look at the problems we have, versus when we're 30 or even 20, we're like, fuck, we don't have fucking problems. What are you talking about? I'm perfect,
Yeah.
So I think that plays.
Or the problems that we do have are not about us. They're always about other people.
Exactly.
Lies.
Yeah.
So how do we stop telling ourselves these lies? Actually knowing that we're saying these things to ourselves, we're lying to ourselves about these things. Self-awareness, that's a good start.
Well, self-awareness, I think, is number one, right? You need to know that there's a problem, and not always trying to lean on someone else to say it for you, to make you feel validated. You don't need the validation from someone else, and because you're looking for it, it all stems back to what we were talking about, that everything is a lie. And if I need the validation from you to tell me that I am enough, then I'm definitely not enough.
What about lying to other people? But like all out lies. Have you ever, well, I'm sure in your life you have, at least once or twice. Is there any that stick out to you that you want to talk about at all, or?
I think for men, the I am fine, women too, I'm sure. But, I think that we were conditioned not to speak up,
That's a very good point.
And I'm sure women are too, but I think women have a little bit more of that friend, where it's like, no matter what, it's like, you can say whatever. It's like your own therapist. And men, don't really have that, and when we do, we don't want to talk about it. And it's because we're supposed to just be tough. So I think that this whole tough thing, and how men are supposed to be, I think that has probably been the biggest thing for me. You?
So when, like, thinking back to my childhood, I used to actually, like, lie a lot. Like, I think about the boys now, and kind of like, they'll say these lies, and you're just like, you're so obvious about your lie that it's just, like, it's laughable. Do you know what I mean? So I think back to my childhood, and, like, I think it's a natural thing to test out your, I get it. But I lied a lot as a kid about stupid shit. Do you know? Like, and not just to mom and dad, for example. Oh, it could be like to friends, like making myself, like, I was hanging out with so-and-so after school. Meanwhile, I was at home doing fuck all. Do you know what I mean? Like, and why? Why did I do that? Like, to make myself not look like, like a friendless loser? I don't know. I had friends, so why did I need to lie to my friends about hanging out with somebody? I don't know. And then I just stopped. I was just like, this is exhausting. Because then you have to remember what fucking lies you told so-and-so. And then you told somebody this, but you told that person that. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Around that time, like, things would come back to haunt me. Like, well, you said this. Fuck. Yeah, I did, Shit. Getting caught in little lies that I had told previously,
Yeah.
So, and you don't like that feeling. That feeling never sits good with you. It's an icky feeling.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way of really, like, escaping lying altogether.
I mean, I think I have PTSD when it comes to lying. So when the kids lie, it's not good. I try to tell them that if you just tell me the truth, I actually will be less mad.
Yep. Oh, I've said that too.
It's something they have to go through. It's almost like they need to test how naive humans are.
I think it's about boundaries, Josh.
Oh, it could be about boundaries. I also think, though, that it's about how easy it is to get away with it or not.
Yeah.
So I don't care about this specific thing. I care about the lie.
Yep. Okay, so let's wrap it up.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Let us know what's one lie you've been telling yourself that you are ready to stop believing.
And don't forget to answer our what if question in the comments or message us on Instagram.
Make sure to follow, subscribe, and share the podcast. And as always, we'll see you next time on Brother, Sister, Whatever.
Bye.